So it's currently 7 a.m. Guys are up having their coffee. A little bit misty this morning, but it's actually a beautiful sunny day. Say hi, Shelly and Jeff. So I guess today's update is a little different. I'm not at home anymore. Lane and I have come away to have a 10-day holiday. So this year has been pretty huge in terms of business. Obviously we launched the reverse diet towards the end of last year. And then it was straight into Carbon Diet Coach, our nutrition coaching app. And then we launched our supplement range. So it's been pretty busy in the terms of I guess new business, and then we also always have our underlying, like I have all my coaching staff, my own coaching clients, and it's just a lot. So we were trying to get away a little bit earlier in the year, in fact, but obviously COVID, so it's been difficult to travel. And in fact this holiday was going to be to the Greek islands, but with all of the travel restrictions, I guess, and like self-quarantining, it just wouldn't have been worth the holiday, especially since the friends that we're traveling with, Shelley's husband, Jeff, is actually an ER doc, and if he leaves the country, he then also has to quarantine for another 2 weeks on return before they can start working, just to make sure that they're not sick themselves. So kind of made sense for us to head out this way. So we're in California, we're staying in Laguna Beach for the next 10 days, and it's just beautiful. Like, it's just stunning. So how has this week gone with I guess all of my nutrition and stuff? It was a pretty good week, actually. I'll go through and show you my I guess data, my logging for this week. I was a little bit worried, I guess, at the beginning of last week. Obviously I'm going to maintenance, of course. That's a brand new goal. We also had Livia's birthday party on the weekend. So, you know, lots of food, lots of really calorie dense stuff, like all the really good foods. So it's kind of hard to really just enjoy all of that and then expect to be able to be compliant. But I did a pretty good job, I think, on the whole. I don't think that I exceeded my targets by too much, in fact. So that's always good. But the first day that we got here, which was Monday, we kind of went and did all of our grocery shopping. That's always like the first thing that I ever do when we go traveling, especially if we have a kitchen to do some cooking in. So kind of got a bunch of foods that I would just consider part of my normal day-to-day eating. But then of course there's going to be lots of eating out too, but it's nice to kind of have that option. And if I have the option, I'll always choose somewhere that has a kitchen that's self-contained, so that I'm not limited to just having to eat out, because it is much harder, I guess, to make lower calorie choices when you're traveling and you don't have access to that stuff. That first night, we ended up having like homemade burgers. They have a really big grill out here, like an outdoor kitchen, so that was good. But we also had a couple of drinks. We were making up some mojitos. So I did go over my calories on Monday, but I think overall I don't actually know what my compliance is yet, so I'm going to be doing this for the first time with you to see how last week went at my new goal of just maintenance. So I think something that I didn't really kind of go into too much last week when I recorded my video was that maintenance obviously means that my intention is to just maintain my weight. But if I end up going up a little bit, I'm not going to be unhappy. And if I end up losing a little bit of weight, I'm also not going to be unhappy. I'm really just kind of open to whatever direction my body decides to take me at the moment. That's kind of just giving myself that permission to have some flexibility. The last 12 weeks of like the fat loss series, I wanted to have something for you guys to be able to do, because I know so many people are in a totally different space to me. I've done that full circle. I've had, years of competing, getting into insanely, great shape. And, some people they're just starting their journey. So I think it's really important to be able to have that. But for me, I'm just in a completely different place. I haven't done my compliance yet. So I'm going to have a look at my calories. So I've just gone into the me section, and my check-in days are Tuesday through to Monday. So you can see here Monday, that was the high day. We kind of got in and we had some dessert, had a few drinks. So my calories are a little bit higher at 2336. But you can see for the most part during the week, I've kind of been right on target with my macros. So my weekly average is coming in at 1889. So I'm not sure whether that's going to fall within the compliance range just yet. But we'll have a look when I go through the check-in. So having a look at my protein this week. So I was at 142, which is pretty good. It's about 3 grams lower than what my target was. So I think that will still be within the compliance range, and that's going to actually be displayed on the screen in a minute when we have a look. Carbohydrates might be a little bit high on account of Monday. So we had some giant cookies. I tracked my vodka and Bacardi that I made in this nice cocktail as a carbohydrate, so that's going to be up. But my fats might still be in range. I'm not too sure, so we'll see. Fats weekly average was 63, so I think I might be just a smidgen high. So yeah, you can see there's Monday, on our day that we got in, 2 of the cookies. I tell you what, actually I was talking to Shelley about this the other day. You cannot make a reduced calorie cookie. Cookies are just going to be dead. So it's really hard to modify or manipulate the ingredients for it to still be nice and cookie-like. So cookies were what we had at dinner or after dinner, and they're just really high in fat as well to give them that nice mouthfeel. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to be compliant. So let's go to the coach now. So we'll go check in. So it looks like my calories were within the range. Yay! So the allowable range was 1824 to 1918. So that's a 2.5% higher or lower range from my actual target. I had 1866, which is really good. Then my protein was also within range, which is awesome. So 144.2 was my weekly average. And the allowable range was 141 to 148. So my carbs and fats are outside the range. What I'm going to guess here is that based on the numbers that I can see, so 195 is kind of at the upper end of my carb range and 62 is just outside. So even though it's saying my calories are within the correct range, if I go and add up each of the individual tracked averages, I think it's probably going to throw me just outside. In fact, I might do that math for you now so you guys can see what I normally do. So 144 was my protein times 4, because that's how many calories are in 1 gram of protein. So then my actual carbs were 195. So I'm going to go plus 195 times 4. So we're at 1356. And then my fats were 62 times 9, since that's how many calories is in a gram of fat. So you can see that 1914. So if we go and have a look at my range, I'm still within range. Yay! So the range was up to 1918. So the reason this isn't correct is because of the labeling laws here in America. So the FDA allow us to round for calories. Depending on what the serving size is, they allow us to subtract the calories from fiber and sugar alcohol. So it's very likely, I know I've been eating wraps all this week that were really high in fiber, like 13 grams per serve. So all of the calories from that fiber they didn't exist, but they do. So that's why it's displaying my calories lower. And I cannot wait for this new feature to come in where we actually give you the option to display the actual calories. So my goodness, it's coming soon. So I'm going to say, yes, I was compliant. I'm glad that I did that little bit of math just to see, because now I can be at ease and know that I actually still was compliant. So my current weight, I don't know my current weight because I'm here on holiday. I didn't bring a scale. I'm kind of trying to be a little bit more flexible in that regard. But my last weigh-in, which was on Sunday, that was 71.8. So let's say that I went up a little bit this week because I had that high day on Monday. Maybe I'm in the 72 range. So I'll just put a number in at 72.2. It's asking me, does everything look okay? Doing some science. And it says nice work. So you're maintaining your weight well. Keep up the great work. So no change to my calories this week, which is awesome. I'm not going to worry about making an adjustment because I'm really happy with those ranges. So yeah, that is my check-in for this week. So what have we got coming? There's so much stuff happening this week. We're meeting up with a couple of our friends. So Dr. Spencer Nadolski. We're meeting up with our business partner, Chris Boyd from our supplement range. I think we're meeting up with Brett Contreras over the weekend. I think Dr. Suzanne of Coda. So it's going to be quite a fun few days. We've got lots of people that live out here in Cali. So lots of dining. So it's going to be really fun. But yeah, I think I'm just kind of trying to really relax and enjoy this holiday. We're still training. But other than that, we've just been hanging out, which is nice. Hopefully we get a sunny day so we can go surfing. So yeah, this is our holiday. I cannot wait for the weekend to come. We're going to obviously see all our friends. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about this week or you're wanting to learn a little bit more about Carbon Diet Coach, please leave some comments. I will still be checking some of the YouTube comments. So yeah, please feel free to ask, and I hope you have an awesome week.